We're back with Unforgettable Conversations, episode 11.
Yes.
Episode 11. We got Donnie Darko, we got Tim T, and we got our new guest, Nate the Great.
Greatest.
What's up, dude?
Yeah,
He's already
Finally got
nervous.
you on here, huh?
for real. After weeks of trying to get me on.
Mm-hmm.
Trying? What do you mean?
Yeah, they've asked me.
I know. I asked him like a long time ago,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was just scheduling and getting other people on here, and then also Tony. We finally got on.
Sandman on there.
Sandman on there, even though he doesn't like Sandman.
Roe v. Wade.
I thought it was
Right.
like you guys were asking him, but he was like saying no.
No,
No.
he just, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was
you had
just
to
availability.
bribe him.
And
Yeah.
we
No,
went on
I've
vacation
been wanting
too.
to do it since the beginning, but just work.
Yeah.
Work.
So today we're going to be answering some questions. We're going to answer them as best as we can.
All right.
And
No
the
promises.
the first one's going to be Tim's favorite.
Oh, I just made the suggestion.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we've talked about, I
For
thought we
sure.
talked
Our
about
family is full of aliens.
Yes.
Oh,
That too.
That too. Bunch of illegals. We're
Like,
joking.
aliens
We're joking,
do
but it's
exist.
I was
yeah,
born
there's-
here.
There's honestly no way aliens don't exist.
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Like we haven't even explored all of space, so you're telling me there's like not even one chance of like
Look,
another
yeah.
creature?
You know, I'll say this. All right, you know what? You guys give your answers, and
I get mine.
I'll have my statement be at the end.
Look, I'm going
Nate
to take
the
his
Great said
statement.
yes.
I have a feeling that I know what his statement is, so I'm going to say it, and then he's just going to get mad. If you think there's this whole universe and we're the only ones in it, you're ignorant.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's true, but I wasn't gonna say that.
Okay, never mind.
So,
Look,
Danny?
my statement involves not scripture, but the Bible. Yeah.
Oh,
Danny?
okay. No, okay. Well, we've had our,
We've had like
We've
full
had our
episodes
encounters.
about this and encounters.
Encounters.
I was
Well,
touched.
yeah, we
I'm just kidding.
not like that.
Not like that.
I don't know about that encounter.
He's I wasn't there.
I wasn't there for
I wasn't
that
there for
one. Show me on the doll.
No, take the clothes off. Take the clothes off. No. I mean, we saw the green light, or
The
whatever.
green light that we
Um,
saw.
It was a green light.
At a stop sign or
No. We thought
Did you not see the podcast?
you didn't see the podcast.
You
before.
didn't see the
podcast.
podcast.
You didn't do your research.
You should have done your
You didn't do your research.
You know what?
You didn't do your homework.
Give me the headphones. You
Give him
can
the
go
headphones. Give him the bar.
The chocolate.
chocolate bar.
No food for you.
Okay, Danny. So yes or no?
Yes.
My other question would be, would you?
Well, wait. You
consider-
didn't go with.
Yeah,
you gotta-
need
I
to
no.
answer.
You totally
That's why
forgot his-
I'm going to answer it with a
Oh,
question.
Okay.
I'm like that.
Plato.
Okay.
Would you consider angels aliens?
No.
I don't think so. No.
What is
What's
your
the
description?
what's the
your
definition of an
definition
alien?
An alien is just
A
Someone
being
not
a
from
different
America.
planet?
what does ET stand for?
Extraterrestrial?
Extraterrestrial
Being. No,
Traveler.
you're thinking-
Yeah, 'cause
Extraterrestrial is
technically-
what ET stands for.
Really?
Extraterrestrial.
What does the T stand for?
Terrestrial.
Oh, extra.
So I mean,
Terrestrial.
are angels from Earth?
Extraterrestrial.
No.
I'd say those are
So?
sent from God, so those are technically just.
Can aliens be
those are
sent from
technically
God?
just servants of God.
Messengers.
But they're not from Earth, right?
Travelers.
They're sogs.
nomads.
What?
But they're not from Earth. So would you consider them aliens?
What?
I guess so.
Angels?
Angels?
Yeah.
It's your definition of what?
So I believe in angels and aliens.
Aliens.
That's so proud. I believe in angels.
Oh, my reasoning.
Welcome to the club.
I've always believed that if the Bible doesn't explicitly say
That there is no other man, or what?
that something does not exist or does not occur or does not happen, right? If the Bible doesn't explicitly say like X, Y, and Z should not happen, does not happen, then we can interpret it however we want, right? If the Bible doesn't give us rules like thou shalt not kill, that's a rule, right? It's a big rule. Then you should not kill. But I don't know if I'm explaining this as best as I could, but the Bible doesn't explicitly
I get what
say
you're saying. It's like a U-turn. Okay, you're always allowed to make a U-turn unless the sign says not to make a
okay,
U-turn.
that
Then
is-
you can always
shake
make
my
a
hand,
U-
young man.
You can always make a U-turn.
That
Thank you.
actually made a lot more sense. But
1,000%.
he dumbed it down, and
Yeah.
now I know what reading level I'm at.
Exactly what you're saying, Tim.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
the Bible doesn't say aliens don't exist. Never does it say that.
Does it say anything about dinosaurs?
No. No, and I believe in dinosaurs.
I believe in dinosaurs.
I
But
believe
yeah,
in dinosaurs
you know what?
because
But I've also haven't done my own research.
That itself verifies or it validates his response or his idea,
statement.
his statement, because it doesn't say anything about dinosaurs, but yet there were dinosaurs.
that's true.
So what I'm saying is like, Bible doesn't like nowhere does God say, aliens don't exist.
He doesn't say
All it says.
Pangea. You guys believe in Pangea?
Well, Pangea was the
I can
formation.
accept it.
Right, I believe
I can
I believe
accept
Pangea. It makes sense. Like different pieces, broke off.
Texas
You can,
next to Africa.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Dallas.
Now, if someone wants to enlighten me, then yeah, by all means, I'll.
But the Bible doesn't say Pangea was a thing.
And the Bible doesn't say, Bible. All it says is that God created man, right?
Well, here's the thing. God created human. So I also believe, now this might be different than other people, but I also think that there were men on earth before Adam.
No.
Because
I would say-
listen.
It says that Adam was the first man.
It says Adam was the first human. Human is of dirt. So God made Adam of dirt. That's where but I believe because there was also a part where Cain and Abel, Cain, was it Cain or Abel? Cain
Abel.
killed Abel, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense because
There was a part where Cain tells God, like, God protect me, whatever, so that nobody else kills me while I'm on. So God does this he gives him a mark. Why would he have to worry about that if it's only his mom, his dad, and who was
That's what I was gonna say. So I was gonna say
There were other
and again,
beings.
I could be wrong.
I think.
I think Adam was created first, but there were other people
Beings.
after Adam and Eve, or Adam. There were other people. They weren't living inside the Garden of Eden.
Yes.
So there were other people.
Mm-hmm.
Adam was first, and then God was like, "Oh, let's experiment with this, and this, or whatever,
Let's start
That's
in
what-
Texas.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That, and I kind of believe that. And again, if anyone wants to enlighten me, by all means,
Yeah.
I'm willing to learn.
I would
But
love
actually,
to learn.
doesn't it also say later on that there was something about the sons of like certain, I think, angels or something
Well,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. So there was the whole
there's a
giant
bunch
thing,
yeah,
like-
the giants.
like
that
giants were
sons of, like,
angels,
angels' offsprings.
reproducing with humans.
Yeah.
And then that created giants. There's that whole thing. I don't know if that's true. I would understand it. I would accept that.
I would accept that because it also, the Bible later on in the book of Job talks about what's the Leviathan and what's the other one called? The like giant beast thing.
Thanos.
Thanos. No, not
Created Thanos too out there.
No, the other purple one, Barney.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Gucci.
there was Leviathan, and then there was is Leviathan the one?
Behemoth? Was it the
Behemoth? Yeah,
I think
Behemoth.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What one of them's the Loch Ness monster.
The
No.
Leviathan.
What?
Leviathan. So the Bible also talks about like there's going to be a monster that comes out of the water. Some people think it's metaphorically, some people think it's real. I think it's actually real. And I think people who have seen the Loch Ness monster have actually seen or believe they've seen the Leviathan.
So that's in Ireland.
Well, it's in different parts of those.
Isn't that
they've
the
seen
Dead Sea?
or whatever.
Wouldn't that biblically make sense? Because the Dead Sea is right next
Yeah.
to Israel,
Maybe.
Would. Maybe.
and it's such a low point. It has the lowest point on Earth, or something like that.
Mm.
I thought that was
Mariana Trench.
Mariana Trench.
Or I think that the Dead Sea is just really low. Like
I
it's
heard
not the
The
lowest point on
Mariana
Earth.
Trench was the lowest point.
I
Yes,
heard
that's in the Pacific
there's a
Ocean.
mountain
Pacific
that's
Ocean.
like the tallest mountain in the world. Like it's taller than Mount Everest, but it's submerged underwater.
Yes.
Oh, me and James were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's technically it's not as tall as Mount Everest, but it technically is because the rest of it is submerged.
Because
underwater.
Mount Everest is the tallest above water.
It's like Arroyo Verde or something.
But yeah,
no,
Yeah, I live there.
not even
trees,
close.
two trees, something like that.
But yeah,
Look, that was my thing about aliens. Bible doesn't say they don't exist, so we're free to believe however we want.
True.
Therefore, I would
Free
believe
will.
in aliens.
Free will.
Our family's full of them.
Okay, next question. I'm not gonna do that one because we just went into a deep dive into that.
Well, I think we should do it.
Well, it was gonna be
What was
have
it?
aliens already visited us?
Oh,
But
yeah.
The Bible doesn't say they haven't. So
I think I've
Ooh,
met a
number
couple of them
six?
at church.
Number.
I mean,
You want to go to six?
I think
All
I've
right.
met a couple of them.
he said he's met a couple at church. So.
All right, listen to this. Listen to this. All right. Are we living in a simulation? like the Matrix?
No. I
What?
don't think so.
Why would we be living in a simulation? Why would you think this?
Oh no, I want to hear his. He was so
Yeah,
adamant. He said no.
Well, you said no
I
to
want to play
his
devil's.
no.
I want to play devil's advocate on this one. So
You're gonna
I
say
believe
yes?
one thing, but I feel like I'm gonna debate for another one.
You're gonna be the 10th man.
I'm gonna be the
Well, let's hear the
Angry
no.
Men.
Okay,
Is that what you're talking
I think this
about?
is
Angry
interesting.
Men. Yeah.
I say no because
Actually, that was 12.
Hey, wait. Can we explain what
I'll be
a
the 12th one.
simulation is? Because there may be some people that have never heard this topic.
Okay, how about you explain what you
Because
think?
Joel doesn't really know what it is.
So a simulation.
He asked the question, not knowing what it was.
I just Tim pointed at this one.
Do you guys know what a simulation?
The way he asked the question, is life really a simulation?
So a simulation
What is this?
is if you ever played video games, it kind of makes sense to you. But what I'll explain it like a dream. You have a dream that you feel like you're doing something. You feel like, I don't know, maybe you're in the grocery store or something like that. But you ever have those dreams where something weird just happens? Like something just doesn't make sense. Like you look at, maybe it's today's date, October 29th, 2022. You look at an expiration date and it says like 2012 or something, or like 1982, October 12th or something like that. And you're just like, whoa, what the heck? Or you
deja vu.
Or deja vu. Like you're walking in a grocery store, you see somebody that you just saw like maybe 5 months ago, but you're living the exact same moment. That is called what do they call it? A glitch in the simulation.
Right.
So it's kind of like
Like you weren't supposed to see that person.
but you
like-
did.
Like
you
the
did.
whole like in Matrix, the movie where he sees the cat again,
Yes.
and he says deja vu, and then they were saying that it's a break in the Matrix.
Yeah, and it's not essentially deja vu, but that's one example of like a glitch in the Matrix, or
I've had multiple deja vus.
somebody does something that's
I've actually had a couple too.
supernatural, right? And that's just kind of like, whoa, he's breaking the Matrix, or he's
breaking the laws of physics.
breaking the simulation, or something like that, or somebody, kind of like those things. And so people think, they ask the question like, are we living in a simulation? Like, not really. Like, is this all real? They're not really asking that. They're more asking like, is what I'm living in right now, what am I experiencing? Is it a dream? Like, am I gonna wake up and be like 12 years old or something like that?
What do you think?
Oh, is that the question?
That's a simulation.
Okay, wait a second.
After like
That's
all
a-
that,
that's an
he's like,
example.
oh, is that the question?
Wait a minute.
I was thinking something told it. I thought it was, is this all real?
Yes, that's.
That's what he just said.
I just explained like what it is to be in a simulation.
Oh, is that the question? No, I'm just kidding. Deja vu.
Okay.
No, okay, so
From my understanding, that's what it is.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess you could argue it because in the Bible, no, no, okay. Well, technically you could say, well, life is predestined. So technically it kind of is a simulation.
To an extent.
Yes, you have free will. You can do whatever you want, but God knows what you're going to do. So it's kind of predestined. Like, obviously God's not forcing you to do these things, but he knows what you're going to. So in the mind of God, it is a simulation.
Well, if you can actually, what's kind of weird? You can actually say, how many times has God done this with all of us? Because technically, with Noah, he did wipe out the entire world and start it again.
You
Dude, imagine how bad humanity was.
think God's going
God
to wipe
was
that
wiped
out?
out.
For real, like
To where-
compared
Dude,
to
that's true.
today,
To where
like,
God was
bruh.
like, all right, my grace, this isn't going to work.
He was just like, I jacked
He just
up.
rage quit. He rage quit. He's like, oh,
Like God lifted, he raged quit. That's what happened. He was just like, I'm sick and
Dude,
tired.
like,
fine,
like,
Noah,
truly,
I
like,
guess.
to compare-
We're doing
And
fantasy.
build a boat. Build a boat, I guess. Wait for a little. Get the two animals. Two animals.
Plan
They
B,
gotta
here we
reproduce.
go.
Guy and girl.
You know what it reminds me of? Like, we're doing fantasy football, right? And there's a button at the bottom of the fantasy football page where it says redraft. And, like, you just want to start your team all over again because they're not good enough.
You know what I want? Is there animals that don't have a male or female species? Like they're just one species?
Yeah.
Like,
Godzilla.
huh?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Godzilla.
No,
Zilla.
there is. What is it?
Because there's some that are like lizards or something, right?
There's like aproductive.
Yeah, like asexual.
asexual.
something like that.
Animals that can reproduce by themselves. I think there was a frog, or something like that. That there was a
Yeah,
frog
maybe.
that a lot
Some
of
type
the
of
male
amphibian.
frogs.
Bullfrogs.
No, a lot of the male frogs somewhere were dying from a disease, and the female frog actually built reproductive organs
It's not seahorses, right?
as well
Maybe.
as the male
Oh.
reproductive,
No.
Seahorses are-
Seahorses. The males carry the
Yeah.
like kangaroos.
No, they
do
carry-
kangaroos
they-
do that?
they give
You
birth.
said the
males give
the
birth.
males.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about.
yeah. But I'm pretty sure there is. I just
So
don't
to
know
that
which
point,
ones.
did only one of those go into the ark?
No,
How do you
Two?
know?
because two.
But it was always male and female.
Maybe it was just a backup.
Just a backup. And I guess.
Backup. Yeah. Well, it did say two, so it could have been male and female, and then, like, let's say they're both asexual.
Wait,
it could have been
wait.
just bring two of them. Just
That's
in
what I'm
case
saying.
one
Like,
dies.
why would you bring another one? Like, if it's gonna
Because it
reproduce
dies.
itself.
Here's a good question. And obviously we know the answer. There were no sea animals on the boat, right?
No.
No,
So then why does the Bible say he got 2 of every animal?
because it's animal, not.
Dude, imagine the
Well,
fish.
fish would be an
He
animal.
didn't
right?
get
Imagine
2
the
of every
fish on the
animal.
boat, dude.
He didn't get
Fish
2
on
of
the
every
boat.
animal.
No, I'm saying imagine there's a fish on the boat.
Anything aquatic would be still alive.
What
Who
about
knows?
turtles?
Right.
Maybe Noah got a fish tank
But
and just
then
like
that-
set him on the side.
That
What about-
statement where he says he got 2 of every animal,
Not the fish. Not the fish.
not the fish.
What about the
'cause
turtles?
Everything outside is water. Where
What
are you going
about
to keep
turtles?
them?
What about
Yeah.
turtles?
When you think about it, there's no
Turtles
reason
can
to put
swim.
Yeah,
Not too long.
It doesn't matter. It could.
they could float.
They probably
There's
did like a
certain-
little
there's
awning
certain
on
ones,
the boat or
um,
something where it could land on.
like snapping
I think-
turtles. I'm sure he.
Well,
got
those are
on the boat.
tortoises. Those don't
Yeah.
swim.
Where do you think all the water came from?
No, they're not tortoises. They're turtles.
Well, it rained.
snapping
It
turtle.
rained.
Oh.
You're right.
I
But,
thought-
but if it rains, the precipitation has to come from somewhere.
Maybe God wiped it out so that way there was no way for a backup. You know, like just so there was one way
You know what I mean?
in and one way
What
out.
was
Wait,
the
what was your
question?
question? What was your question?
I can't remember.
I can't even-
It was a
Simulation.
simulation.
Why did we get into
Oh
this?
yeah.
Well, it's still the
He asked the
topic. It's
question.
the
Yeah, technically it is. Okay, so simulation, yes or no?
He wanted to go first.
Simulation,
I
yes or
still
no?
think no.
Danny, simulation, yes or no?
Is that the question?
Yes. Or no?
It depends how you define a simulation.
The way Tim defined it.
Dude,
He gave
that
two
was
different
the whole
responses.
question was
He
about.
gave two different responses. Okay, how did you could you
Again?
could
A
you
glitch in the matrix.
use it in a sentence?
Okay, deja vu. Deja vu, yes
I've
or
had
no?
deja vus.
There you go. Tim-
So that's it.
That doesn't answer.
See, I think deja vu is just like our brain remembering something that happened before.
Actually, I don't know why. I've had deja
I mean, to a
vu.
sense, yeah.
I've had deja vu where it's like it's kind of like that, but it's like
Okay.
I know what's gonna happen. next.
Yes.
Yes.
And
have
it's
you-
Dude,
weird.
yeah, like
'Cause
when
it's
you realize
I
it
saw
and you're
that
like,
car
wait, hold
coming,
up,
and
this
it's
is about
like-
to happen.
Yeah, and then it happens, and
Yeah.
you're just like,
There's times where I've like, wait, like in my head, I'm like, wait, I'm remembering, like this is deja vu, and then they do it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh,
have you ever had memories of something that never happened?
yes,
I've had that too.
yes.
Where I feel
I feel like you could have dreams like that.
I feel like I fought in a war once, but I never
What?
did. I don't know why.
Did you win?
No, well, yeah.
You won?
I hope.
I hope I did. I'm here. I was not.
Well,
Well, maybe I didn't.
maybe the old. Clearly, you didn't,
I feel like I don't know why I had
Which
I
war?
had memories. I don't know.
dude. I fought. I fought in
I-
2050.
No, I really do, and I think that's why I enjoy guns so much because I don't know. I
The
feel
old-
comfortable with it.
the old you liked them.
The old me might have liked them, or they had a lot of experience with
This
it.
is the new.
Okay, but this is entirely different. But yeah, it's just I don't know why. I just feel like I fought at a war once, or in my memories.
Maybe mentally.
Now, yeah, mentally I'm fighting wars.
This guy has PTSD. Like
he really does.
Kez is like trying to give him a hug. He's just like, oh, back up.
Yeah,
I think we're living in a simulation, but it's not. It's not a. I think us as humans, before we go to heaven, it's our simulation. But then once we get to heaven, it's just like we belong here, so the simulation's over.
well, they
game over.
technically they say that this is a test.
Oh
See
yeah,
if you get
Oh,
into
yeah.
heaven or hell.
So technically,
technically
that
it would be a simulation. So the way you described it right now, or the way I described what you were saying, I would say yes.
He's trying to justify what he said.
Yeah.
I really think
What
I
was
was
the
in a war.
He's like, I was really in
I
a
was
war.
in a war.
I won.
He's trying to
Won.
justify his PTSD.
Yeah. This guy.
He's all.
Just a twitch. Okay, next question.
Leave a comment. Do you
Leave
think
a
we're
comment.
living in a simulation?
Yes.
You know, another example of a simulation. Have you ever seen one of those videos where there's a lady crossing the street? And I remember this. There's a lady crossing the street, and she like, there's a car that comes by. It hits her, but
her.
like she just keeps walking.
What?
Like the
I've
car
seen-
goes through her. Now it could be
What?
an illusion from like how the camera's positioned and like, you know, the timing of everything. But like it looks like she gets hit, but then like car leaves, or like it keeps on driving and she's still walking.
I think that's just visually it
Yeah.
looked weird.
Yeah, no, it could be. There was a time where someone,
Is that a popular
I
video?
think someone like came
Yeah.
off the
Never seen it.
someone came off of a bike, like they fell,
Oh, I've seen that.
their head, and then like a car gets, you know, over the head, but then the person just stands back up.
Yeah. I've seen that before.
And like obviously they're phased, but it's like a tire literally went over their head and they're fine.
I've seen the bird one where it's like it stops flying, it's just like in the air. I don't know if that one's fake.
That is a glitch in the simulation. That's what I mean. Like
Oh.
these things
Okay,
happen.
I've heard people say that birds are like cameras.
Oh, yeah,
cameras
cameras.
from the government. Honestly,
That's
I would
why-
not be surprised if
Have
that
you
got
ever
revealed.
seen a baby
that one.
bird?
Never.
A baby
That
bird?
is
Yeah,
Can't say I have.
I have.
They tell you these
They're in
stories.
the nest.
They tell you these stories that they grow up and then the mom pushes them off so that they can fly.
You do know that there's videos on YouTube where you could see like a bald eagle giving birth.
The government
and,
makes
like,
those videos.
Ew.
Where do you find that video?
Why are
Oh,
you
they're, like,
watching
organized-
videos?
Organized what?
They're
Why are you
organization.
watching videos
They
of
have-
eagles
they
giving
have
birth?
different. They have different animals that
you've
you can
seen
see.
videos, but have you ever seen a
Yeah.
baby bird?
Yes, I actually.
I'm
killed
sure
one.
there's people who have literally been in like a life science class. who
No,
have
I
seen
actually
birds.
accidentally.
You're
killed
messing
one.
up the simulation, dude.
I killed one time. I knocked a nest over, and there was like the birds, and they fell, and then they died.
Have you guys ever had eggs from the
Yeah, I
nest?
stole one time.
I tried one. It was green.
They're small.
Wasn't
They're
good.
like little ones.
It wasn't good.
That's
Right.
gross.
I'll take the ones
Why?
from Vaughn's.
How is it gross? It's the same thing as a chicken,
No, it's
They're
not.
green.
but they're bird.
It tasted disgusting.
I don't know what you're eating, Danny.
I tasted it.
Hey, you know that ostriches have giant eggs?
They do.
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen that.
You can buy them and eat them.
Isn't
you
that
can eat
what's in
Yeah.
Nacho Libre?
You know, I went golfing one time, and on the green there was just a big egg, and it was cracked.
Shit,
The baby was
it's
gone.
cracked.
Oh,
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. Dragons.
Wait, it was cracked? Like it was open already? Like
yeah,
they had
it was
already...
gone. It was just the entire grip. My dad kept it. He still has it in the garage. It's the egg. It's broken. So it's, and it's huge. It's like
It's
Well,
a
bigger than
back
this.
up, back up. He
ostrich
still
egg.
has it?
he does
Why?
because it was cool to see.
big egg.
It was cool to see, not cool to have.
It was like this big. It's like white. has,
Yeah,
like,
I would
black
take
dots.
like a
yeah,
picture. I wouldn't.
yeah,
keep
take
the
a picture.
I took
you
a
know.
picture of it. I think I posted
Put it
it.
in like
That's
a glass
fine,
jar.
yeah, but I don't know if you take that home. I mean, what happens if the ostrich comes back?
He won't.
For the egg,
Maybe it wants
It's his
old
house.
back.
Maybe he does.
it's not gonna fit in there. Okay, next question.
Obviously,
Next question.
it's not gonna fit in it. This guy.
When did time start?
When God snapped his fingers.
You think he snapped his? You think
Nah.
God had fingers?
I think it started way before
He
that.
said it so angry. Yo. You think God had fingers?
I feel like you had this conversation before.
Yeah. He didn't have fingers.
I think it started even before light.
You think he spoke it?
Or okay,
Maybe God is time.
there's two ways. You know, just as I said this, I caught another option.
God is the time stone.
wow.
Dude.
You know what I would say? I
What
would
if
say
God created infinity stones? Like, imagine that.
that'd be weird. But what I would say,
Just straight up.
Straight up,
That's
that'd be
so
weird. You're an
weird.
idiot. Anyways,
I didn't say that.
no, you're a doofus.
No,
Anyways,
but what I'm saying is, he distracted me.
you distracted him. He was
Okay,
speaking
I
first.
would say that. Okay, what if time existed before God? Because God had to have existed for there to be time, right? It's not when he, like Nate said, snapped his fingers, right?
Right.
It like he exists. If this is time, when time was created,
Don't squish. I'm eating
Genesis
that later.
1:1, right?
Right.
God existed before that.
Right.
So, what is this considered time? Yes or no?
Well,
I
here's
can answer that like this.
Well, technically, God is the beginning and the end.
We made up time
yes.
because time for us
Also true.
is when Adam was created. But
Right.
time for God
Existed
doesn't
before.
exist.
My other
exists before.
my other point of view is that light is time, right? We judge everything by light, how fast light or how far light travels in 1 year.
Not me.
We call it a light year.
I call it sound.
What about the sound?
The sun,
Sound.
sound,
Distance of sound.
that's displaced air.
Yeah.
But light moves faster, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So when God created, what day was that?
Thursday.
What day was light created?
It was the first day, dude. Into that one.
You
was
I get to that.
Okay, but Thursday wasn't the first day. Monday was the first day.
walked in straight to it. If it
What
wasn't
was
gonna
it
be
like-
him, it was
like
gonna be me.
Wait, no, but I asked.
228.
I asked what day was light created.
It was the first day.
Was
Beginning
the first
God
day-
created.
Was the first day Monday or Sunday?
No. It was
The
like
beginning
on
back-
the fourth day or something like that. No, the first day.
No, that was
The
a
first
school
day.
night. This is a school night.
No, the first day. God created the heavens and the earth. No,
Second
the
day.
second day.
Second day.
Then
The sun and the moon.
the sun and the moon. Yeah, because everything was crazy in the first day.
You know, it's crazy. Why did he create
Okay.
the moon?
Whichever day that was. What do you mean? Why did he create the moon?
Question God.
Okay, what about?
Okay, this whole thing is questioning God. I mean,
Okay, I'm not questioning God.
I'm not questioning God.
Hey,
we just
we're
want to
kind of
know.
questioning
We
God.
just want to
Not
know.
testing
We
them.
just want to know what day it was.
Hey, God.
Don't put that on me.
This is Danny. Don't strike
Hey,
us.
you guys are asking the questions. When did time begin? Don't put yourself in God's shoes.
Okay. Let Tim finish.
All right, finish your statement.
Educate.
The thing I'm trying to get at, and I keep taking forever, so that's my fault. We judge time by light. Okay, so when God created light, which is let's say the second day, we could all be wrong. I don't know. I mean, I have a Bible there, but whatever. The second day light was created, that is when time starts. So is it all of this when God existed, or does time start when light was created?
Why do we measure time with light?
Because it's a constant.
Dude,
In science?
think about it like this: the sun goes around the planet. That's 1 day.
Yes, there are a lot of
That's
things.
Time, 24 hours. That's why he's saying time.
There are a lot of variables, right? Light does not change. The speed of light does not change. That is a constant. It's represented as c in like math. C is a constant, never changes. That's light. So that's why we use light.
See,
And what's
but
crazy to
you're
me,
measuring time by a fixated thing that we kind of interpret it as. Why don't we measure time as the only thing that matters?
Okay, I think technically God. I feel like God doesn't like acknowledge time because time was something that humans made.
It's biblical. It actually says a day for you is like a year or whatever.
1,000 days.
1,000 days is like a second or something like that, or a day, whatever. But yeah, I mean, his time is different than our time.
yeah,
So then, do we technically know when time was because of when Adam was created, or actually when the sun was created?
Whose time are you talking about?
Our time,
Our time.
not his time.
Our time began
When the sun
when
was created,
Adam.
2,000 years ago.
So you think our time began before human began? I mean, yeah, technically
Yes.
because dinosaurs and stuff.
okay.
I mean,
I think
dinosaurs.
time
You-
began then, but
I
we
s-
didn't start to acknowledge.
I
it
suppose
until it was
you'd have to
invented.
say the first day. The first day was he created the heavens and the earth.
But
The way
don't-
we measure time
but
is
we
with-
measure time with the sun.
Is the third day?
The third day,
Third verse, first day.
Oh.
first day.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void. The darkness was on the face. Blah 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 blah. Then God said,
Don't
"Let
blah,
there be
blah, blah,
light,"
blah.
and there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good.
There you go.
So
See?
whenever you
On the first day.
see a
So
and
time
it
is
was
good.
that's 1 day.
So time was good.
So it must have been like what, noon?
It was about noonish when he
Lunchtime,
created
I
light.
think.
It says verse 5, God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and morning were the first day.
See,
So
based off the light, which is the
so
sun.
so to answer that actually answers it. The time. So if this is when light was created, this time is not considered time.
Was there a time before time?
No,
There was no time before time.
no.
Not,
when light
not from our understanding.
when light was created,
Okay,
that
I
was the
accept that.
first day.
All right.
And so
We're-
therefore, once light was created, which is the first day that God is talking about, we don't know which day that was.
We're educating people today.
That is from that
Educating
point
me.
on, time began.
I'm being edified.
You're saying when he created
Wow.
the sun and the moon?
Yeah. He didn't create sun and moon. He created light and day.
Yeah, he didn't. God didn't do that.
yeah.
Somebody else did.
Yeah. That was like
I think NASA did that.
NASA planted the moon.
I think
and the
Russia
moon, yeah.
did the moon.
Russia.
and
Well, it might have
we
been
did the
aliens
sun.
actually. Did you guys ever
Mexicans?
hear that? Aliens? Like aliens put the moon there so they can survey us. You've never seen the other side of the moon. We've only seen one side.
That is true.
The dark side. of it.
You've never seen the other side of the moon.
Because as we
Why
turn,
haven't they checked that side? Like,
I'm sure they have.
They say it's too cold.
No, the sun doesn't reach it, so yeah, it is
You
cold.
can't see
Yeah.
anything.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Why
so-
don't they
Okay.
just move it?
Last question
Move
before
the sun?
we end the this episode.
I've learned so
It's
much.
going to
yeah.
be: does a straw have one hole or two holes?
That's easy.
I think it's one.
I'm oneness.
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say two. Look,
Why?
if you bend the straw, what do you have?
You're
A bent straw.
closing it, and now you have two separate holes.
If I ask you to dig a hole, is there another exit?
It's a hole.
Unless you make it.
What?
If I ask you to dig a hole,
Yeah,
okay, you've got this sort of looking thing, right?
it's a hole.
If I bend the straw, you've got two looking things like that.
So you have
You
two
know, I
holes.
kind of like this, right? If you're digging if you're at a beach and you dig one hole here, and you have a tunnel, which I've done, and it's actually really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
And you have another exit over here.
You're digging two
You're on
holes.
top, and you say, "Look at that hole, and look at that hole."
Exactly.
It's one hole though because you're going
Shake
through.
my hand, young man.
No,
Two
it's one
holes.
hole because you're
How's it
going
one
through
hole? So all of a sudden, when you connect it, it's one hole.
Yes, it's a.
I think
hole.
So if
separate
they're not
is
cor-
two holes.
so if they're not
and together
connected-
it's one hole.
Yeah, because think about it like this: if
If-
you see two different holes, if you made two different holes, but
Right.
they're not connected yet, there's
Right.
That's
two different
two
holes.
holes.
Two holes.
But then once you connect them, it's
So
a
what happens?
tunnel.
What happens when I bend the straw?
So
I'm
You
actually
separate-
back on this side.
what happens when I bend the straw?
it's like collapsing the tunnel, and now it's just two holes.
So
back
a
on.
straw can be two holes.
One hole.
One hole.
It's
If
one
I'm
hole.
collapsing the
We're
tunnel,
not talking about collapsing. We're
holes.
talking about
I'm
straw.
talking about collapsing. I'm talking
We're
about
talking
collapsing
about
the
a straw.
If you collapse the straw, can it become two holes?
Look, if it's a bendy straw, it's still two holes.
But if I collapse it,
I mean, sorry, one hole.
okay, so I got them on my side.
No, what do you got? You know what? I
Okay.
think I might be.
This is an
Dang,
interesting.
Wait a minute.
I can bring something up that might be interesting. The veins in your body.
What about them?
What about 'em?
Is that a hole?
What the?
Oh, what?
Are the veins considered a hole?
I'm
They're
confused by the
considered
question.
straws.
They're not considered straws.
Because okay, if you're thinking of, you look at the anatomy of a human, and all the veins are connected, right? All the arteries are connected. I mean, you know more than me, but
Right.
they're all connected together. Where's the hole? There's no exit.
the entrance. So obviously, the exit and the entrance is back to
The heart.
the heart.
Okay.
Well, no, not the.
Okay, let me-
So
let me-
obviously, there's blood
feel like
pumping.
that's
there could
way
be
too,
blood,
like-
Yeah, that's too complicated.
blood pumping
it.
to the
Let's-
lungs, blood pumping into
let's-
different
let's
areas.
make it
the
simple.
brain,
When you eat,
We can talk about this
When you
after.
eat,
Talk
it's
about it.
one hole. When you poop, it's another hole, or is it just one hole?
I don't know why you had to connect those two.
That's a good. That's a good. That's a
Is
good
it
way.
two holes or is it one hole? I'm now jumping back over to Danny
Bam.
because those are two different holes.
Those are two different holes.
Even though I'm eating something, and it
yeah,
goes through.
you're eating something to this hole.
Okay,
it's
but
coming
the
out of this
question
hole.
was a
But it's-
straw.
it's like
not
a straw.
human.
one continuous.
A human could be
hole.
a big straw.
You're
The
telling-
hole never
That's
ends.
what I'm saying. You see? You see that?
What?
He says the hole never ends.
So
It
it's
is
one
a
hole.
continuous.
So it's just
hole.
one hand.
It's just
one hole.
one hole.
It's just it has a multiple turns. I'm I'm jumping back over to Tim. It's only one hole.
I think
Nate?
we have to.
I think it's one hole.
I think we have to find the actual definition of a hole.
I got you.
Somebody look it up.
What's the assistant's name? I forgot.
Siri. Oh, we,
No,
what
don't
We
is
fired her.
We fired her.
this? Sexual harassment and stuff. Like she was just.
What?
Hey, this happened
was bad.
before I got on here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Nate, is it one hole or two holes? A straw.
That was one hole.
One hole. Danny, you say two holes.
I'm saying two holes.
Tim, you're saying
I'm
one
saying
hole.
I'm saying a hole doesn't have to have an exit for it to be a hole.
All right, here we go. Definition is a hollow place in a solid body or surface. Okay? Is a
Hollow
here's
place.
here's the answer. Is a straw two holes or one? Ready? A straw has a single hole.
one.
But if you
Single
bend the straw,
hole.
ask it if you bend the straw.
It's not two circles at each end of the straw, but rather the same circle.
See?
Ask
One
it if you bend the straw.
Hole.
To envision this, imagine squishing down the straw its length will shrink until at some point it looks more like a ring or a washer.
Just the hole.
Therefore, one circle.
I know. I was playing devil's advocate. I said it from the beginning.
This is why the devil's
you
always
can't
wrong.
go back to our
Go
side.
go back. You'll see. I played devil's
So we've
advocate.
determined a straw only has one hole.
Yes, and also
Like humans.
we've had this discussion in 2018.
Oh yeah, we had this discussion, and it was a heated discussion.
Heated
in
discussion.
2018 between me, Danny, and Alex.
Someone cried.
Someone cried. It was
I'm
bad.
guessing it was Alex.
It wasn't either of us.
It was Alex. It was definitely Alex.
It was out.
All right, but that's where we're gonna end it.
Well,
and
You know what's interesting?
what?
That whole description you gave, that's one hole.
That's what I just said.
Isn't that disturbing?
It just has multiple turns.
I think I'm not going to eat anymore.
Yeah, I
All
know.
right.
You don't want to. Yeah.
I don't like
Are you
putting
gonna
things through that hole.
Go ahead and eat that. I don't want it.
I never gave it to you. at the beginning.
But if you think about it, if you condense that straw
Oh,
or that person, technically, both sections will be
what about your nostrils?
One hole.
one hole. Just goes around.
Dang, dude, everything's one hole.
Everything's one hole. But
Oh my god.
your veins, well, this is what I was getting at earlier.
my gosh,
your
your
veins and arteries, they don't have exits.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They just go back to your heart.
No, they don't all go back. No, there's arteries and then there's veins.
Okay, but
There's different ones.
think of, okay, this is an amazing like way to envision it. Streets. Right? If you look at all the
Is it all
streets
just
on the
one
world,
street?
That's
it's all just one street.
Streets aren't holes.
Okay, no, but you get the
Tunnels.
idea.
Tunnels.
They're all
Tunnels.
streets.
Tunnels.
You mean like maybe sewage systems, but even then they end
Okay, if you were
How many
to-
holes are there in a pipe?
one
now,
For now.
for now. What do you mean?
well, like now that you know what you know,
Wait, I heard there was a clean outs and no, not clean outs.
Clean out?
There's like clean and there's dirty water. Like you're not supposed to pee in the shower or something like that because it's like a clean line. Oh, lines. Clean lines and dirty lines.
there's
that's
like
the word you
That's
could.
the word. That's the word
There's
I was looking for.
technically like reclaimed water, gray water, and then like just plain sewage. Where
So
all
what's the difference between the shower drain line and like the toilet line?
I think it's the same.
Well,
Do they go to the
it's-
same?
It's technically they no, they don't. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them they go into like a reclaimed water system, so it's considered gray water because it's still dirty water, versus the like flushing your toilet and like
Sewage.
anything like that. Like,
Because somebody was arguing with me like, hey, like say you really had like you had a, I don't know why they made this, but they said like, hey, oh, you know what? It was Jonah. It was Jonah. Well, he'll be on the podcast later. But he's like, there's a gun to your mom's head. You have to pee in the shower.
okay.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm peeing in the shower. And he's like, dude, what the heck, dude? That's a clean line. And I was like, what's the difference? Like, I didn't know if there was like a difference or.
It's
I mean,
not
how
my
many people actually
responsibility
pee in
to
the
clean the
shower? I
water.
feel like
A lot of people.
people.
I
pee
feel
in the
like,
shower,
yeah, I
so-
feel like
I
a lot of
don't,
people.
but-
And then
yeah, I'm not
some of those locations, like remember when we did that job underneath the house? That line's connected to the same line.
That's what I'm saying.
So there's only some times where it is a gray water line, like same thing with like a washer and dryer, or mainly a washer. When it washes it and drains out that water, it's just dirty water. It's gray water. It gets reclaimed, and then if it's connected. But there's sometimes where everything's connected to one thing.
I'm not taking any more showers.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah.
It's
Wait, you're not
like,
taking any more
what do you
showers?
mean?
Is that what you said?
No, this is disgusting.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not the same water that comes out of the shower.
Yeah, no.
But you're
we're-
saying that
we're talking
water
about the
gets
drain,
reclaimed and it gets,
Reclaimed for other things like watering
drinking.
the.
Wait,
no,
so
you
people
don't drink
water-
it. It's not potable water.
wait, so people water their
Water.
grass with like
It's not potable water.
shower water?
Yeah. Or like
Technically, yeah.
technically you can say reclaimed water. Well, not really, but reclaimed water is like rainwater. You don't drink that stuff, but you can water your plants with it.
I drink it.
Danny does. He's weird. Because of the fact that it could be affected with chemicals from like
You're sick.
So I can shower?
the greenhouse effect.
Can you shower with rainwater?
Well, that's what I just said. The greenhouse effect can pretty much
No, forget about the color of the
water.
house. I'm saying
The greenhouse effect affects the water that rains. So if you shower yourself with that, there could be contaminants on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they don't recommend people to drink that water anymore, because of the fact that there's just pretty much all the emissions things and everything with the cars that is affecting the rain.
Well, thank God Copper Rose Plumbing was in the house.
Yes. Shout out to our sponsor, Copper Rose Plumbing, because they educated us today.
Yes, I did not know the house was green.
It's green.
All right, we're going to end it there. Oh, wrong
missed it.
one.
Come on.
Here we go again.
There we go. Yes, thank you.
we love you.
We love you all. Thank you for joining us.
They do.
And stay tuned for the next episode.
I know where you're at.
We'll finish it off.
I'll find you. Just look outside your window.
All right, we will see you guys next time.
Well, no, we actually don't see them. They see us.
You guys will see us next time. Like and subscribe.
I'll be seeing you.